I'm Mark Armbruster, and I'm here to give a presentation with some simple suggestions and examples on how to take better headshots and self-portraits for social media icons and avatars. There is a lot of social noise in the universe. I've noticed that some very well-spoken, intelligent people I follow online have some of the worst-looking avatars I've ever seen out there. This seems inconsistent with who they are and what they have to say, so I hope they're taking notes. We all use social media for a variety of purposes, and they can change over time. For simplicity's sake, I'm referring to headshots belonging to one or more of these three categories: professional, personal, or pervert. Some people use social media purely for professional purposes, while others have a mixture of personal and professional pursuits. These examples are of individuals who are using a traditional headshot. This type of image gives you a very simple understanding of what the person looks like, but very little else. A majority of people use social media primarily as a means of expression or communication. These images are examples of how you can add elements into your photos to give a better sense of your personality and interests. There are a couple of things to consider before you even pick up the camera. The first is location. Try to pick a location that will contain a neutral or non-distracting background with as little detail as possible. A bare interior wall, a broad field of color like grass or trees works well outside. The most important element to consider is lighting. This can make all the difference in the world. Try to avoid dark rooms, harsh sunlight, and using your camera's own flash. Search out places that contain good light. Soft light can be found outside in areas of shade created by buildings and trees. Overcast days can provide excellent diffused lighting. North-facing windows inside can sometimes provide excellent light as well. Any camera will do, even really cute ones. But it is good to have one with a zoom lens and a self-timer. If you're taking your own photograph, a self-timer will allow you a few seconds to hop in front of it. If at all possible, I would highly recommend enlisting help. They don't have to be a pro or even know how to use a camera. Just having someone else who can aim the camera and snap the shutter can make this process a lot easier. If you don't have any friends or children of your own, then I recommend using a tripod. If you can't beg, borrow, or steal one, simple, affordable versions can be found online for as little as $15. Using the camera's zoom function will help create a background that is blurry or out of focus. This difference of focused and out of focused areas is what makes an individual pop or appear separated from the background. Zoom in on the subject, take several steps back to frame them properly, and here's where a friend can be very helpful. There are no wrong or right ways to pose. Some will just look more natural than others. So try as many different poses as possible. These examples show a straightforward pose, angled to one side and turned away from the camera. Be creative here and see what works and doesn't. Another way to make a portrait interesting is to change the angle of the camera in relationship to the subject. Moving the camera higher and above the subject while looking down at them can sometimes produce good results. Women especially like this angle as it produces a flattering effect. Adding elements to your photograph, whether they are props or clothing, can add a personal touch to your image. This can help tell a viewer a little more about you as a person. Don't be afraid to experiment and try out different ideas. Toning an image with a filter effect created in an image editing program can evoke a feeling or mood. Also, using bold color in clothing, background, or makeup can achieve this effect. There are many image editors to choose from that range from free to a few dollars. Pixelmator is an affordable Macintosh program that has many features and is relatively easy to use. Picasa and GIMP are free cross-platform applications that provide many simple image editing applications. Cropping can make a good photograph even better. You can position yourself more to the left or right, centered, to improve the layout from the original. Play with this and save each version as a new file, and be careful you don't save over your original. Cropping and resizing for your intended use can be helpful. LinkedIn and Twitter use square formats, while Facebook uses a tall rectangle image on your profile page and then uses a cropped square format of the same image for your avatar. Some people use a square image to ensure the cropped image is consistent with the profile version. Thank you for your time. I hope these suggestions and examples will help you to take better self-portrait headshots.